On this segment, we're joined by Jim Corvino from Corvino Verwys. And Jim, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. I know that at Corvino Verwys, you do taxes, all types of taxes, but most importantly, you're a specialist with the IRS. You help people resolve things, and you are certified to do that. Let's talk about that a little bit, because if someone's watching this or listening, and maybe the IRS has sent them some letters, give us a little background on how that can hurt people, because they might get frightened and they need to talk to somebody.
Well, usually people ignore the letters. They think the certified letters are the important ones, and they come into our office not opening any letters or the certified letters. And by that time, their case is pretty far gone. Many people come into our office where their bank accounts have been levied, or their wages have been garnished. And from this point, our job is to draw the case back to its original source and obtain various information from the IRS with IRS files to get a picture of the IRS standpoint. Then we get information on personal finances and a history from the client and their personal life that led to this. And we begin the case. Usually it's individuals. They may have gone through divorce and not filed their taxes, or they may have owed a few years and they're afraid to file their taxes. Businesses that had a downturn or had a bad debt from a large vendor or customer get into financial trouble and don't pay the payroll taxes on their employees, creating a debt. And it usually, I would say half the clients come in timely, and have come in when the case is far into the IRS, where someone's knocked on their door, hit their bank account, or levied other sources of revenue, such as pensions, investments, this type of thing.
Is it hard to resolve these things? I mean, someone could be watching and they're saying to themselves, man, I don't know what to do. You know, I get these letters and I'm not sure where to turn. I don't even know if I can afford to ever pay what they're asking me. Where do you begin? How do you begin helping someone?
Well, we have a streamlined system that we were mentored on many, many years ago, and it works for us. We begin by drawing the case back to step one and finding the sources of the problem. And as I said, the IRS viewpoint, the client's viewpoint, and find options for the clients that come in. Usually there's 4 or 5 options to resolve their problems. Unfortunately, sometimes we make it look so easy, because we've done over 7,000 cases at this time, that it's kind of repetitious for us.
Yeah. So if someone wants to come in, is it a free consultation at the beginning?
Yes, we give normally a half-hour to 40-minute free consultation to both individuals and businesses.
So that would be a really smart thing to do, because at that point they could decide what's best, if they want to proceed. Because I think I heard you say once too that if they give you the power of attorney, you handle everything and they don't have to deal with the IRS again.
It's usual 99.9% of the time that they never have to deal with the IRS. We do all that for them. Usually people come into our office who have paid major league money to another firm, and they tell us that they never get the same person twice on the phone, or they don't get responses. They paid a fortune and they got nothing. Some of them are skeptical to give us a retainer, but we do work that way. And by the time our interview is over and they meet our very handful of staff that work on their case, they're comfortable enough to hire us at that time.
Does it matter how much they owe? Some people might owe a little amount. Very rarely probably does that happen, because they put fees and levies on our taxes on there, or whatever, other fees. But does it matter if it's a large amount?
No. As a matter of fact, if a client fits into a situation where they can settle with the IRS, let's just say for $2,000, sometimes $100, we've gone as low as $100. And they owe $50,000, $100,000, $10 million, whatever the fee is, that's what they fit into. And that usually is the settlement we try and attain for them.
Well, are we leaving something out? I mean, really, it's about taxes. So if you've done your taxes, first of all, they should have came to you in advance, had their taxes done right, and then none of this would be a problem. But if they ran into a situation, even if they haven't used you to do their taxes, you accept clients in that regard.
99.9% of the clients that we represent, we've never done anything for before. We do find that there are a lot of tax preparers that are unregulated and some regulated that really have not done a tip-top job in their tax return itself. That could have been the cause of why they got audited, or with respect to owing money, that probably has nothing to do with it, but 99.9% of the clients we get are not ours, of course. Our clients are kind of blue chip at this time.
Final word. Somebody's listening, or they know someone that is carrying the weight of knowing they owe the IRS. What should they do?
Well, I would say they should contact us for the free initial consultation. Many people bring their girlfriend, wife, mother, uncle who did their tax return, whatever they would like to take to the interview. It's free. They have nothing to lose and perhaps everything to gain.